Sooners will get us started with the opening kickoff. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Texas Longhorns offense takes the field for the first time today. You go back over the history of this rivalry, and there's certainly been close games, but there have also been a large number of blowouts, and we had one last year for the Horns, David.
And I think as a Texas fan, you better understand that, because when you win big the year before, OU is going to come out with their hair on fire, Jesse, ready to make a statement.
When I think back to last year's game, the thing that impressed me so much about Texas was that they stepped up and brought their A game to the ballpark in the Red River rivalry, one of the biggest games of the year. Let's see who's going to step up in this one today.
Reads it, fires complete. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
Got it in the middle. It's Daniel. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Longhorns are on the move. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And this defense really wanted to come out and set the tone and be physical, but the offense did that. They took control. They owned the line of scrimmage. They create the big explosive run on the first drive to really set the tone in this football game.
The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense will go to work for the first time today. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country. And how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make a play? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And I'm interested to see, Jesse, if he has the onions to go after the corner and try to make plays.
The one thing we know about him for sure is he's a believer in his own arm talent. He's the kind of guy that thinks he can fit the football into the smallest windows, but you're right. He's got to pick his battles and be careful when he decides to attack this guy, because he has picked off some really good quarterbacks in the past, and you know he's just licking his chops, hoping for a chance today.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense has it. They're on the move. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
I love the attitude by this team now. You just got a critical takeaway. You're set up in amazing field position down in the red zone. Take a shot. Go right now. Throw it. Don't even wait. There's zero hesitation. Force the defense on the very first play of the drive to have to step up. And the defense did exactly that. If you're on offense here, I don't know. I'd just throw it again.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, sudden change situation. You've got to give this defense credit. Their offense just turned it over. They held tight. They didn't allow a touchdown, and they forced their opponent to take a field goal. Nice job.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding them to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
Gets the back moving. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got him. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Looking down the middle. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one. Play this game in the shadow of Big Tex. You can get a corny dog out there, play carnival games, and see one of the great rivalries in the sport, David.
It's crazy. You literally walk outside of the stadium, and there are thousands upon thousands of people. They don't even...
He's got it inside the 30. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. And they'll try to break the seal on the second quarter by putting 3 on the board. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. This is now a 7-point game. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting showdown in the MAC today, man. Take a look at how things are playing out. Ohio is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Bobcats have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. They're trailing by just 4 to the Red Hawks of Miami. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Gets it out quickly. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. So now it's 2nd and long. To the air, it's Pitts. Looking for a huge play. He's got it down the right side. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
That's a nice looking catch on that play, and I know Texas is known for DBs, and they're known for having really good running backs. Not a lot of great receivers over the years. I'll tell you what, though, this guy has really showed up in this game. He's making plays, and I know they want to continue to build a legacy at this position here in this program.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got it. 1st down and more. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Passing game kept his drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. He wants to throw it again. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
The Sooner offense returns to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Paul, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been...
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. And the Sooners will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll field the punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. This offense has it with really good field position. Looking downfield, it's Pitts. Fires to the tight end. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. The Longhorns in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun to give, looking for room. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Got it in the middle, it's Madden. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Looking for the score. To the end zone, and it's picked off. Knocked down at the 5 after making the interception and taking starts a drive trying to go up top. Makes a connection. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Sooners will hustle to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's second and long. Back to pass. Rushes on him. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks.
Well, in a situation like that where it's third and long, there's not a lot of plays to get that thing completed and keep the drive moving. So you're just trying to buy yourself some real estate and help your punter out.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Dropping back, it's Pitts. Gets it out fast. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Fires to the big fella. He's pushed out of bounds at the 22. And the Longhorns with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run it from the gun. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Quickly complete. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. They'll immediately call timeout. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Touchdown, Longhorn! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quick strike complete. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Bring in the heat. He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
And the Longhorns will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to the ground game on the left. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. And the Sooners send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Looking to throw, it's Pitts. Quickly complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Still running at the 40. Breaks away in the middle. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
The give to the left side. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot. And this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up. But somehow, some way, they need...
Turning it on! Good, solid tackle.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
The Sooners line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Back to throw, it's Pitts. Firing to the right, complete.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Here's the handoff. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but When you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Touchdown, Longhorns! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays to work. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Makes the tackle really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Dropping back, it's Pitts. Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback who makes a sure tackle.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Fires to the right. Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. Fast completion move to sticks, and let's see if they try it again. They'll go to the ground. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Unloads quickly. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure. Quarterback gets hit. Just now on the same page with this target.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Hauls it in, the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the 4th quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Pitts. This time it's complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
And here comes money down for this offense. Third down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. And Bevo's really starting to snarl right now, and he'd love to rub the Schooner's face right in it, David.
Yeah, they got it cooking. The Longhorns are looking good. In this rivalry game, you got half the crowd in this burnt orange, Jesse, that is going bananas right now.
Boomer Sooners got the weapons, though, guys, on offense. You've got the horses on the outside to turn this thing into a track meet. I know you're down here, but you can change this game. It just takes one play.
They'll move the wide receiver. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Sooners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. They'll run the option. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere. He's knocked down behind the line.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
And the Sooners will punt it away on 4th down. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Makes a move. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. To the air, it's Pitts. The quick out. Breaks into the open. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The give to the back. Got the 1st down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
In situations like this, offensively, when you got the lead in the 4th quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, David.
Just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting, keep throwing the football, try to get some points up. Palmer, points have been at a premium. They haven't scored very much, but keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and just, try to find things to build off of for next week as well, right? I mean, it's all about continuing to improve week in and week out. So whether that's identifying playmakers or just see what you can come up with here at the end of this game and not quitting.
Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Fires to the middle. Rolls it in. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. It was the Longhorns who will ride off into the sunset with the coveted Golden Hat Trophy after beating their despised rival to the north. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese.